Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the I Want to Meet LeBron James podcast / casting couch.
Finally.
This is Eve the House Ellenbogen. That would be a great nickname, though.
That is me, and you should explain the context of that.
Yeah. Women don't like it when you video
from here.
From here or downwards.
You have to, yeah, exactly. But yours is right there. So I said I probably look like a house.
No.
And then you laughed, and then you told everybody what I said.
I called back to a joke they didn't hear. But why is that? You reckon? So what is, like, for a woman's photo? What's the actual degrees? Like, what's perfect?
If you have to look up, like, or if the camera's like here, or angle that down, then that's good. Because think about, like, if I'm down here looking up at you, you don't look good.
No.
And then, but it's like,
well, okay, wait there. The jury's out on that one, but I don't think the problem with me is the angle. I think it's just my face and general.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, but now we've never sat this close before. So now that we're so close, I'm like, maybe your face is actually okay. Maybe it's your personality I can't stand. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Or maybe the roofie's kicking in.
That's true. Yeah. That's why I haven't accepted anything from you since I got here.
Yeah, of course. I mean, what did I offer?
Nothing, but if you had,
yeah.
I wouldn't have taken it.
Exactly. Never offer, let them come get it. That's the trick.
Yeah. And then you roofied yourself.
Yeah. And then you had sex with yourself 5 times. Whatever.
Yeah. Actually, you milked me. That's what's on top of you. We were just talking about how, like,
that'd be full fat milk for sure, wouldn't it?
What, me?
Yeah, like if milk came out of those titties, it would be
mine.
It'd be the red lid.
But do you understand that so often you sound like you're calling me fat? That'd be full fat milk coming out of my tits. Like, you're like,
because they're big tits.
But it sounds like you're being like, you're full fat. Like,
no. I'm saying, like, that's like real milk. You know what I mean?
Often,
like, that's the all right. Actually, this is gonna sound like an insult. I said that's the closest thing to a cow.
Yes. Exactly. Like, you never realize it. You're always like, but you're like, you just say mean things, and then you're like, what?
Do you remember that one time? I think we
I remember.
We first met a few times.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, my friend would love you. And then you were like, isn't your friend like chubby girls? And I was like, oh, no.
Yes, I remember who it was. And he actually does love me.
Oh, yeah. We could say his name, Matty Bright. Get fucked.
Yeah. But are you not friends with him?
No. I'm saying, like, it's taught. Everybody knows that he likes, like,
bigger girls.
Thick women,
Yeah.
I mean, I like thick women, though, so it's not like...
Yeah, and yet you've never tried to rape me.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've never tried to rape anybody, so let's just put that out there.
I'm just saying.
Because if I tried, I won't succeed. Yeah. That's why I'm scared.
But yeah, we met because you kept having sex with all of my friends.
Bang. Well, not all of them. How many have I had?
3.
2. 3? Who's the fifth?
The one that I knew at the time. Yeah, 3. Remember Edinburgh?
Okay. Edinburgh? No, I'm thinking...
4 now. It's 4 of my friends.
Oh, is it? Oh, yes. All right, we'll find out who they are after the pod.
You know who they are.
So, obviously...
the first one.
The one we were talking about, yeah.
The
2
second
pumps and a
one.
bong. Then there's the Edinburgh one. I thought Edinburgh was...
Then another one
New
in
York.
Australia.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 in Edinburgh.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Remind me afterwards.
And every time
I'll slide into the DMs again. Remember me?
But people, you've asked me to vouch for you, and I do vouch for you.
Yeah.
Women have been like, "Is he a good guy?" And I'm like, "Well," and I said this in front of you, that the best thing I can say about you is that no one has ever accused you of rape.
Exactly.
To my knowledge.
Which is like, it's a low bar, but I'll take it in it. Like, he's slightly better than a rapist.
Well, you're much better because you're not a rapist.
Exactly.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Allegedly, you're not a rapist.
Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly, yeah.
I'm nice guy. I got a big dick. I'll pay for Nando's. You know what I mean?
I've heard you have a big dick, and then you did one time. You bought me a sausage. And then as I was eating it, you called me fat.
No, I didn't.
You did. It was in Edinburgh.
Oh, that was funny, that, yeah. I said, I can't buy anybody. I can't buy everybody.
Yeah, and then you were like, I don't have enough money to... And I was like, I just said... And it was right after, I was like, I just said you're not a rapist. Now I take it back. He's raped everybody.
That was perfect, that one, because I think she'd already asked you about me, and then I came and asked you, and then you were like, well, then,
and I said, she asked me about
nice.
You. I'm like a good bro.
Yeah, I missed that little Jewash.
I'm sure.
So what else we going on? You just got back from New York yourself, didn't you?
Yeah, what's your podcast called? I don't know.
The I Want to Meet LeBron James podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So we do a bit of small talk. I pretend to give a shit about you. And then you help me with my dream, yeah.
With your dream?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was your dream.
Have you slept with any of my friends? No? Probably some acquaintances.
Not while I was awake.
No, wait, okay, yeah. No, I don't even know that guy.
No, I don't think no, I know.
Yeah.
But, I don't think so.
No.
Maybe like I've slept with someone you knew, but
have you slowed down? You're 40 now, aren't you?
Yeah.
41 or 40?
Almost 41.
And have you slowed down with like your sluttiness in your 40s? You reckon?
Did you know that? Was I slutty?
I mean, I don't know, but you're always like.
I was always horny.
Yeah, you seem like you're like one of the lads. I feel like the way you talk about it, you're like.
I'm still horny, but now I get like, it's not gonna be that good.
Yeah,
like I'm just like I woke up today and I was really horny, and then I was like, well, what are you gonna do?
Would you start every day with a wank? Like I start every day with a wank, pretty much. Like
no, because I feel like it. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Okay.
I get it for a guy, but for me, I'm like, am I just procrastinating my life? So this is the thing. We've talked about this. I don't think this is rude to say, especially since you call me fat like 5 times. You're dumb. Right?
Oh yeah, I'm stupid. Yeah. Oh, of course, thank God.
Yeah. So you don't think about anything.
Yeah.
You're not like,
I mean, I don't even understand that roast.
But you're not like, should I wank? Is it taking away from my creative power? You just do it. Yeah. You're like a brainstem. You're not like a higher.
Well, I woke up this morning and I'd had a dream about my ex from years ago randomly.
Right.
So I woke up like guys like wake up with like morning glory. You've heard of that, obviously.
Yeah. Morning wood.
Morning wood, yeah. Do you guys make up with like morning pond or pool or something or wetness?
I don't wake up, but I wake up horny a lot.
Okay, yeah.
I told you.
But then, like, do you check the water? You're like, oh, muddy wet or what?
I may as well.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying like you just like I know I'm horny because I'm fucking. You know.
Oh,
what I mean?
I know
like,
I'm horny because I'm like I just feel it.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
But I told you about my my gynecology report.
Oh yes, that's hilarious.
That I went to the gynecologist the other day. Should I pull it up? I still have it. Oh no, it's over there.
Oh yeah.
But that I got the report. You know, get your Pap smear or whatever. Yeah. No cancer.
I don't, but
you've heard of it. Yeah. But then I didn't realize that they do like notes about you, and then it was like vulva, or vagina. Moist, normal vaginal discharge. I was like, oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
I know. But I don't think there was discharge. I think it was like she could have fingered me if she wanted to.
Okay,
that's probably what it was. Yeah. Like, because I had just peed. I cleaned it.
Okay, yeah.
I made sure.
True,
you don't want the gyno to judge you.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of don't want the gyno to finger you, do you? That's like, I feel like that's the start of a Netflix documentary, that for sure.
Well,
like,
in reality,
the gyno fingerer, like that's already the name's there, isn't it?
The reality is like, no, you don't want the gyno to finger you. But it also, there is like a weird, like it would be like, oh, me? Like, really? Like, is it really nice?
But would you want a woman to do it or a man?
It'd have to be a woman.
Because
if it were a guy, then you'd be like,
then it's like
somebody calls. Yeah. But if it was a woman, it'd be like, I think maybe I'm gay. You know?
True.
Because women have never seen my vagina. Like aside from the doctor,
not even in college, no makeup sessions, or nothing like that.
No, never. I made out with a friend, but like, we never.
Tell me how that was in slow detail.
Let me just get my dick out. It was fine. It's not. It's not as horny. It's not as hot as you think.
Yeah, true.
It was in a bathroom.
Because that's the thing. It's like girls could just do that and they're not lesbians. You know what I mean? If guys done that, it's like, well, that's gay. You know what I mean?
Well, now a lot of guys do it, and
but they're bisexual, aren't they?
But they don't call themselves that. I think now because we're old, even though you're younger than me.
What did he call himself? Because I definitely call them queers. Yeah. When I'm driving by them.
Yeah, I think people just experiment more now.
Because we walked in, me and Will were going to the toilet the other day, like together. I mean, not like for the urinals. Yeah. And we walk in there, there's a bunch of gay guys with coke, and he's like, "Here's where the party is," and we're like, "We just need a piss, boys. Yeah, we just push past the bag of coke, get the fuck out my way."
Wow, I would have thought that for a little bit of coke, you would have done a lot.
I don't do. I'm only weed and alcohol. I'm old school. I haven't done coke, and I'm the MA for like 7 years or whatever.
Right. Yeah. I can't believe that you have boundaries.
Like I've had girls being like, do a lot of coke off my ass or my tits, and I'm like, I'll just rest the ashtray there and have a ciggy, and that's what I love.
That's so trashy.
Yeah. A
guy just flicking his ass.
No, but I'm like, what? I just don't want to do it. You know what I mean? I don't like coke. I just look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be into somebody trying to do.
Who wants to do a line of coke off my tit? Can I lick the nipple? Can I go last? I'll lick the nipple if that's kosher.
Well, you're like, let me just like finger you. Like, why do I need to do coke? I can
just have sex with
you.
Of course. I mean, because I guess they're doing coke or whatever.
Do you think you're like a sex addict?
How
many women have you had sex with?
Oh, I don't know.
Like a lot. Like 1,000?
Maybe not that. That's like fucking Will Chamberlain numbers or something like that. But nothing crazy like that, nah. But I mean, it's gotta be
like 500 at least.
Over, 500, yeah.
500.
I mean, the first year in uni, I done 21.
I did 21.
I did 21, but I was like, me and my friend were like, I was a bit of a dog back then, like, so we were going for the record, you know what I mean? As opposed to that. Second year, I only done 14, but I called it in. But a lot of them were like swamp donkeys. We were doing like, they were like,
oh my God, like, horrible.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
But didn't you, I'm just going to out you, didn't you also have a goal in Edinburgh when I saw you?
Oh, shit. so 1 year I done.
I didn't know till after.
I done the world record after you vouched for your friend.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't a real thing, but like 2009, obviously, as you guys know, loyal fans, I had the world record for the most spots at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Did you?
230, yeah.
Right.
In 24 days. How many? 230.
Wait, it doesn't count unless you can say the word.
230.
30.
230. Whatever. I've got a frame that I bought for myself. Whatever. A plaque, yeah.
It's the king. Look at the king.
I handed it to myself in the ceremony. Ran round the other side of the camera. Well, thank you. I'm honoured. Yeah, and so I done that, and then not this year, just gone 2024, 2023. I decided to do most minge at the Fringe.
Right. Okay.
And I slept with 9 women, and
was it 9?
Yeah, because I made 10K, and I want to sleep with 10 women. Right. But
if only you'd asked.
I know, but I didn't want to just, you know what I mean. I didn't want to just to get numbers up. Like,
no, I would have said no.
Really? Even for the cause?
That was a very hard.
Most minge of the Fringe.
Remember, like, my show was about my mom dying.
Oh, that's true.
I was not. People would look at, like everyone was having sex, and I remember this one guy looking at me at that that van, the 2-tier bus, and you go and you.
Bob, yeah.
What is it called?
The Bob's Blunderbuss.
Yeah. And he was looking at me, and I realized, like, oh, he's hitting on me, and I was like, I am so far from having sex right now, and so I couldn't have. Oh
no, it was a great one. I had to schedule it and stuff. I mean, like in between shows,
but they didn't know.
I hadn't really done it with you know him.
Yeah.
And the other ones were like little hit and runs, or they were like in town for the weekend. They were gone or whatever.
There were two that you were a dog. You were a fucking dirty dog.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Oh, she hates me, so that doesn't even count. Yeah, but
I don't know why.
I don't know why.
I do know why. I completely know why.
No, but it's the same reason why I had to break up my other ex. I was telling you, like, she fell in love with me. I went short, and I couldn't. You know what I mean? Yeah,
but can I, like, am I allowed to? I'm not going to say anything to you.
Okay, yeah.
But like, you definitely let women. You're like, I don't know why they fall in love with me. It's like, is it because you say?
No, but I've never said that. I mean, I'm just a nice guy, and I'm making them cool, and I'm like hilarious. No, but I mean, I am when I'm paying for everything. I'm a gentleman. You know what I mean?
No, there's more to it than that.
Yeah, whatever. Sometimes I don't want to hear. Doesn't matter. But so, and then I wanted to make 10K, which I made, and I wanted to have sex with 10 women, and I got 9, and I was devastated. Like, even my cousin was like, called me the day after, did you make it? And I was like, nah, and he was like, you've let the family down. He put the phone down on me. Literally.
This explains so much. This is where you're from.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had just told people, this is what I'm trying to do, somebody would have had sex with you.
No, but it weren't even. No, but is that like kind of cheating? And it weren't even like a real thing. I was just doing it because I just said it because it was fun. Yeah, like it was like halfway through when I was like actually hitting numbers. I was like, oh, okay, so yeah.
The last night though, if you just got.
But it's not like booking in a gig. I mean, it kind of came a scheduling issue, to be honest.
Right.
In between the gigs, it was like I had to and then obviously I weren't counting how many times. I was just counting individuals. So,
10 times in a month is not a lot. Yeah. But 10 women. When 2 of them think that you're just having sex with them, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah. And then my favourite, obviously, the one you know about, I didn't meet her till like the last week anyway.
No, that's not true.
Well, we didn't start hooking up till the last week anyway.
It's not true either.
It is?
You just have really been... No, I know for sure that you hooked up with her before that. Because I remember.
No, not that one. I'm talking about...
No, I know.
Ginger?
I know.
I hadn't hooked up with her before?
Yes, you did.
No, I hadn't.
I remember
before Edinburgh Fringe. I'd never.
no, but it wasn't at the end of the Fringe. It was
No. It was like
early.
Yeah, it was like second week, like
second week
in the middle or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, wow, fuck you. What are your records then? I've got most gigs and most minge.
Most tears.
Most tears.
Yeah, I cried a lot that Fringe.
Yeah.
My records? I don't know. I won some stuff in Australia.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I won money.
What you won?
I got my first comedy festival run in Melbourne paid for because I won some competition. The something Melbourne comedy competition. They paid for my room, like my rental fee. I think.
Oh, that's great.
I think, was that right? And then they paid for my registration and my insurance. It was like $1,000.
Oh, okay, so.
And then I won a random competition for $1,000 at a comedy. A bar show in Australia.
That's good shit.
And that was great. I really needed that money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always needed the money. I always need the money now.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to my world.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I spend it on, I realised, is like booze and weed.
You don't even buy condoms, do you?
I mean, yeah, I buy condoms, but they're cheap, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I love the condoms here. Magnums and fucking, what's the other ones they have? Trojans. Trojans look sick.
You use condoms?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I would have thought that you were just, spreading.
No, I mean, obviously, if it's my girlfriend or whatever, then that's different
right.
shit. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy that we're friends because I've only known you as a whore, and I've always known you.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm a nice guy. Like, I'm a whore with a heart of gold. If that makes sense.
But I forgot about the story. But then you brought it up just now at the supermarket.
Yeah.
I mentioned
my nan raised me, so you're saying my nan raised a whore?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
God damn it.
When we were at the supermarket.
You raised a good one.
Yeah. But you were like, I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna roast me. You're gonna bring up that puff bong story, which was like the way that I met you was that my friend was sleeping with you, and the first story I ever heard about you was that you had sex. You came before she was able to take her coat off. So
I've been sleeping with this girl like on and off for years or whatever. Like when I was in Melbourne, so it's like. You make it seem like that's the only time we had sex.
That was the way that that's the funniest
time. That's the funniest time.
The
I
way
guess
that
obviously
it was presented to me was it was the first time.
So yeah, she's wearing this
big furry
coat.
Yeah.
So like obviously she comes in and I'm just banging against the door, like the wall or whatever or something. So like we're both kind of still closed. You know what I mean?
She said that she was on her elbows on the bed and that you came and like she still had her clothes on, just her pants were off. And then you were like, all right, I'm gonna have a bong, and she was like, why? I have my jacket on.
Yeah, I was probably fucked. That's why I had a bong. Yeah, but then we had sex 2 more times that night. She doesn't have that story in there, does she?
But that's my introduction. I was like, why are people talking to this guy?
Yeah.
And then it took me a long time to get to realize that.
That was one example after the 50,000 times I made a call, whatever.
It's not that I've heard great things about you. It's just that you've grown on me despite your reputation.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Nice one.
Yeah. So many people are like, oh, I heard about it. No, actually, I'm exaggerating. No one knows there's
nice.
But I'm sure that there's terrible rumors about you. But I'd be like, well, he's a good guy.
Yeah. This is literally just like a video witness channel for me now. I'm just going to cut it up. It's going to go from like, we've known each other for so long. He's a good guy. It just keeps, I keep putting that part into all of a sudden. That's what this podcast's called. He's a good guy. Yeah.
You're gonna just edit out the bulk of what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then it's just me going, yeah, you've never raped anyone. And then it cuts all the way to, but you're LeBron. A good guy.
Yeah.
But I don't think you have many people who roast you the way I do. Right?
No.
Yeah, because
you've got 10 years of actually backing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like most of my mates those girls don't speak to my mates about that. You know what I mean? Right. It's like, you're like behind enemy lines almost. You're like you're the guy on the inside, the woman on the inside. Yeah. Well, I'm the guy on the inside.
Yeah. I'm just the woman who's watching from the little camera. That's actually why I know so much.
Cabinet, yeah.
I'm like, no, actually, she had her coat on, and I'm like, because I was there.
Yeah.
But I actually was gonna offer you earlier, but you already got this sorted. I was gonna be like, if you needed a visa, we could just get married.
Oh, true.
But then
you have to send photos and all that, and like I feel like the visa would be like. The visa's like, what are you doing with it?
What is she doing with you?
So you reckon if we said a thing of like we're green screened, we're in Hawaii, like where would our fake wedding be?
I wouldn't do that because if we were caught, we would go to jail. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna alter pictures.
Okay.
But I would just say, sometimes it's your enemy that is the one you need.
That's true, yeah. And
also I'd be like, P.S. He's got a really big dick.
Oh yeah, but then they're like stamp. Yeah. Instead of it'll be a collection of our wedding like in a kitchen. my dick. Where did your tits? I'm like, well,
there's a still of us on the couch just looking at each other like, should we? And then the next one, me just like this. And like,
do you reckon that would be a green flag though? Not a green flag, a red flag. Sorry, all flags are green to me. That was actually not even a real. That was really funny. A misriff. Yeah. All flags are green. All flags are checkered. It's the starting flag for me. I'm like, it's go time. The race is on.
The only way I've ever heard you and like that any relationship with you has ended is they've stopped talking to you. You never disappeared from a woman's life.
No, I'm a nice guy. I mean, I've disappeared because I've left the country or whatever. But I mean, like, it's social media. You can still talk to people.
Right. You're never going to end communication, no matter how bad.
Most of my exes were still mates. Like, if I see them and they're single, we still bang. You know what I mean? It's not like shit like that. And we still talk. Like, I'll ask them advice about girls I'm seeing now. You know what I mean?
That's why
most of them don't end badly. They just, I have to leave, or I'm going on tour.
Or you're like, I don't love you, or whatever.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Wait, so what was the thing you were going to say? All flags are green, and then...
Oh, so if it was like two comedians,
right?
Do you reckon Home Office would be like, they're trying to do something here?
No, I think that'd be pretty...
okay.
I think as long as you could prove it.
Yeah.
You have to make like a porn.
But how would you prove it?
It'd be like a porn, but it'd have to be really funny.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
I spank you, but then it's like a whoopee cushion. You're like, I'm like,
you finger her and it's like ding dong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I come and I'm like, Yuzu.
Like what?
Yuzu. I'm trying to figure out a funny word.
Yuzu?
Yeah.
You ruined it. We can't.
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Yuzu. Shalom.
That's how you introduce
Mazel tough, not on my face. Anyway, so you're okay. So that's a good backup plan then, actually.
Now we have our plan on the thing, but
if I don't, obviously, I'm just going to try and get a regular visa and pay for it. You know what I mean, and do all that.
I think that you'll be able to do it.
Worst case scenario, and I do mean worst case scenario.
Listen, if we got married, we would have to have sex. Only because I've heard you have a really big dick, and I just need that.
Okay, fair. I mean, I'd fuck someone for a visa for sure. What are you on about?
But I'd want you to.
I'm fucking people from other countries and not even getting the visa right now.
I'd want you to make me feel like it was like for me.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'd be a great fucking husband. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, and we'd both be coming over and still doing laundry at James's. Like our schedule wouldn't change really.
No, I think that if we got married, we'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Financial. I think we'd be like. I think that except for the actual people involved.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Except for the fact that we have absolutely no
chemistry. We'd have separate rooms, obviously, but we'd have like a fuck shack. Well, not a shack, it'd be indoors, but like a fuck room or something, maybe.
I think it would be more like I'd have a doorbell that I would ring and you would have to come running and you'd come crawling because you'd be wearing a gimp mask.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great.
And then you'd have to wear that in the house because I don't want to hear your fucking stories.
My accents. So we take the gimp mask off during sex. It's only on when we're not having sex.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious.
When you leave the house, you can take it off, but in the house, I'm like, what is that sound? It's like, it sounds like a nose just making noise. Like just, it's all nasal.
Yeah, of course.
Well, that's what I used to do to our mutual friend.
And phlegm, it's like...
Yeah. In Edinburgh, the one that you're sleeping with, I come up behind her and I go, Soch my dich. And she was like, it's so real, it makes me kind of wet. all you have to do is sound
wet from the phlegm. You spat on her, but
Soch my dich.
Yeah. Has anyone ever actually asked you for like obviously comedians all around the world? Yeah, is anyone there? Like a gay guy, not like that. No.
I did offer a gay friend. I'm crying a little from laughing and from being so tired. I offered to marry a friend a long time ago, but he had no reason that he would move. And then I offered to marry a female friend because she wanted to move to the States at one point, but it wouldn't. Yeah, we didn't.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know that I was really serious about it. Now that my dad's 90, I'm like, I probably need some.
Because you'd still have to stay together, like.
Yeah, you have to live together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this is the thing, you can't work for a while once you move here.
Would you let me cheat with other women? Sleep with other women?
No.
What do you mean? I'm letting you sleep. It's not a real marriage. It's a fake believe.
I know, but what's in it for me? I like to only control one person.
I feel like this is how you lock me down. Yeah.
Well, I know it'd be really hard for you, and that's why I would say no.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'd be like, no, you have to only have sex with me, even though you don't want to, but you have to also make me believe that you do want to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But to be fair, if you were sleeping with other women, then we'd be more likely to get caught for the
That's
sham.
true, yeah. So yeah.
But no, now
always got that in your back pocket. Every time I come in, sticking in someone else's perfume, you just about to ban them either.
Perfume,
yeah.
perfume.
Well,
pussy. Yeah, you're her perfume. I'm like, as if.
Well, that's my favorite type of scent, so I call it perfume.
Yeah. But... As if you're sleeping with like classy Park Avenue women.
It's like just beautiful lipstick, a smudge here on my collar. I don't know why I'm wearing a collar. I've never worn a collar in my life. But
also, like, you couldn't even take them. You'd be having sex in the dumpster, and then you come home and you're like, you're just mad that I'm sleeping with such elegant women.
Yeah.
You're like Lady in the Tramp. Like, you're
do you remember that story from years ago? I think I told you that it was like a match with this girl on Tinder, and she had her finger dumpster diver. I was like, what the fuck's this? She's like, I get food from the trash, like that's not going on a date, but they throw it away. And I was like, oh, that's okay, that's random. I was like, oh, do you want to go for dinner? She's like, no, I don't think we're vibing. I'm like, you eat out of trash, and you won't take a free meal from me. Like, all the lads were like roasting me. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I said on stage every night. I was like, what is going on? You're eating out the trash, and you won't come for a meal with me? Like, that's crazy.
Ironically, it's because she does have standards.
I know, but you don't, because you're eating out of trash.
No, but her standards are like, she doesn't want to waste stuff. She'd rather like use things.
Like I look like a Sesame Street character, and you're fucking Oscar the Grouch. So, or whoever lived in the bin.
But I think it's also that the girls that you do tend to sleep with just feel bad about their fathers. That's like the only thing that they have.
So do I. I feel bad that their fathers didn't take them to netball as well.
Oh, I thought you meant about your father.
Oh, my father as well. Yeah.
That's our other bonding thing that we always forget.
Yeah.
But that your dad died, my mom died. And somewhere...
Maybe they're fucking upstairs.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe they're fucking upstairs.
What year did your dad die?
91. 92.
92 as well?
Oh, okay.
When?
It's both in the prime. July 23rd, 2 days after my... 18th, 2 days before my second birthday.
Oh, that's so
brutal.
sad.
I know. I mean, Mum was like, yeah, we still at the party. And I was like, I was like, what were the vibes in that? And she was like, there's a lot of crying in kitchens. And I'm like, what were the vibes in that? Like, blowing up this cake. I'm there, like, looking for dad. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
That's so sad.
I know.
We still had the party.
Yeah.
Oh
well, not a party, but I mean, they had to do a cake for me or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it would have been the people blowing party poppers, just like real sad. Yeah.
But the thing is that you're two. You wouldn't have known that.
Yeah, of course. No, but everybody else at the party with them, obviously. Yeah.
Mine was January 9th, but maybe my mom was like, because she's older than him, so maybe she's like the cougar, like waiting. Like,
that's
come
true.
here, Mr. Legacy.
You'll never get this. As soon as she opened the gates, she opens her gates.
Oh,
the pearly gates and the meat gates. So, have you ever? So, this is the reason of this podcast, not just to fucking out me as a rat, you fucking dog.
Well, a rat, but not a rapist.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Yeah. A big dick as well.
Not a rapist,
So.
Have I ever met LeBron James?
No, you have not met LeBron. I'm not going to ask you.
What if it turned out that I had, and I'm like, actually slept with him?
What about, have you, so this is about me, ways I can meet LeBron, but have you met any athletes, any of your heroes? Like, who's your hero?
God, my hero.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have heroes.
Even if he was a child or whatever?
You know what? So this is not my hero, but I really love Mark Maron.
Okay.
And I met him last year during Moon Tower. It was one of the few times I've been a little... Oh, and Patti Smith. You don't know Patti Smith.
No.
Patti Smith's like a musician, also writer, wrote a really great book. And I randomly sat next to her like 2 years ago in the Village.
Fuck off.
Before I moved here. Yeah, it was like a cafe.
And did you know what she looked like? Or because she was ratty, you didn't know? Okay.
Yeah. She's super like public. So her and then Mark Maron I met here. And those were the two people that I had the hardest time talking to.
And they were both sound though?
Yeah.
Like really nice.
Patty I spoke to for a minute. Mark Maron I had a conversation with.
Yeah. But that's different because when you meet a comedian, you're like, we're both comedians.
But I really don't feel like starstruck by many people. But I did by him and by her.
Okay, fair. Oh no, if I meet comedians, I'm like, I'm not asked because I probably think I'm funnier than you anyway. You know what I mean? But like, if for me, it's like athletes and stuff for sure. Yeah.
I think that Mark Maron, it was because I've heard him on his podcast and he's like changed so much over the years. It's probably like 10 years I've listened.
Yeah.
Not that regularly, but still, you hear a person change and you're like, oh, like just like go through all these things and you have a kind of a conversation with them and they don't even know you. And then Patti Smith is just amazing.
That's sick.
Yeah.
And then, so how did you go about meeting them? That was both just coincidence, wasn't it? Right place, right time. Yeah.
But who have I met? I've met a lot of famous people, but I just don't like. I met Hillary Clinton, but not a hero.
What?
Yeah, like
that's just random.
And then
you both got the same tailor.
Yes, thank you. We've got the shoulder pads. Yeah. I met Robert Downey Jr. when I was 10. I was at his house because my cousin is was
okay.
then very good friends with him.
Okay.
But I was too young to.
You don't even know.
I knew who he was.
Man wasn't out.
Yeah, he'd been in the movie Chaplin, which was a really good movie.
But it's like,
and he won I think he was like nominated for.
He got nominated, but yeah.
And I was like, I really liked you in Chaplin, and he was like on heroin. He's like, thank you so much.
Yeah. He was deep in the.
Literally, like I think he was on heroin and talking to a 10-year-old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In his house.
Yeah. You're like, this guy's so chill and somber. He takes more naps than me.
Yeah. But I was just like, you're being weird about myself. Like, you're being weird. Just be normal.
So, all right, let's get down to some brass tacks then.
One of my heroes
How can I meet LeBron?
My hero.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, how does he have sex with so many women? And like, and somehow like take no accountability for his lies.
Behave yourself. Well, I'm going to have to after the comments come out of this one, you rat.
So how do I think you should go about meeting LeBron?
Yeah.
Does LeBron know who you are, you think?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm kind of hoping he doesn't, otherwise he'd probably be terrified of me at this point.
Why? Because you're obsessed with him?
Yeah.
I think he'd find you funny.
Oh, yeah. I mean, of course he would, yeah.
British rat.
So, like, I've met his son.
Right.
I've met the coach. I've met the owner of the Lakers. I've met another player. I've met a few other players, but I've just never met LeBron.
Right.
That's my golden goose, you know what I mean?
So you're asking me what? For how I think you should do it?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that probably the best way for you to meet LeBron James is to just become a really successful comic.
The irony is nobody's ever said that because that's the most unbelievable way of doing it out of all of them.
I mean, it's like, no, but I don't think so. I think
you're right. Chris Bosh, his old teammate, was in the mothership the other night. I missed him by like an hour.
I hate to say this to you because it goes against every part of our relationship, but you're actually very funny. Don't ever bring this up to me again.
Yeah.
And because I always made fun of you because I was like, you've never written a joke in your life.
Yeah.
And yet somehow you're able to get on at clubs that I still can't fucking get on at. Despite me working so hard, but you're very funny. But
I'm working hard in other ways. Like I'm just putting the stage time in.
Yeah.
Like I don't own a notepad or write shit down, but I mean.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm very lazy about that.
Yeah.
Stuff. But I think that's your biggest in because otherwise you're just some guy like trying to touch his hand at the.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I reckon that's that's the dream. I'm like, I spoke to Ari the other day. I said, if there's ever a sniff that LeBron's coming to a mothership gig or whatever, I'll fly because that's probably the biggest club that he would go to. Maybe you know what I mean.
Right.
As opposed to like seeing Kevin Hart live or his friends or whatever. So like, if you ever get a sniff, I'd fly the next day wherever I was in the world, cancel anything for it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So it just gets so big that like, I mean, obviously my Instagram's still LeBron James Comedy. So, like, if I get more followers, it might translate more. Like, even now, when people add me, I'm second to LeBron.
Really?
So it's LeBron, then it's me, and then it's, like, fake LeBron, like, fan pages.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, when you type in LeBron comedy. I don't know if it's because we all have mutual friends, comedians. Right. But even when audience members add me, it seems to be, like, the second one, yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty sick, isn't it?
But it'll be really... I think if he ever meets you, it'll be a little creepy. Like, why is your Instagram my name of comedy?
I mean, I think it's a great, like...
It's very funny, but at that point...
Because for me, he's the GOAT. It's like me saying I'm the GOAT of comedy, the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's funny, isn't it?
Is he the GOAT?
And comedians love it.
Like, yeah, I think it's very funny.
Like, especially black comedians, they're like, this is great. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you get to be really famous, you got to change it to something gay, like Kyle Legacy.
Nah, fuck that. I'm still doing LeBron James comedy forever. Even when he retires, I'm still going to keep it.
It's actually really funny.
Because I can't change it now, can I?
And it is a very funny name.
Yeah.
I had to take... my bio was horny Gemini seek same in my Instagram, and someone told me they were like, you're probably not getting like put into the algorithm because it thinks you're like a sex worker.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I had to change it.
What's it now?
No, really.
Sad horny Jew.
I couldn't put horny in there.
Oh, you got yeah.
No, I put
deprived.
No, I put no, really. I'm happy for you.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah, because that's my no, really. Good for you.
Yeah, that's funny.
Do you think so? Is it
well, what is your Instagram? Tell them.
Oh, it's Eve Elbow. So it's all one word. Eve Elbow. My real name is Ellenbogen.
Ellenbogen, which I love that. Did you ever have a joke in Australia about Bogan and Bogan? Did you?
Yeah. It was like when I was early, because Bogan in Australia is like trashy. So I was like
redneck. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's something about how like moving to a country where my name means like white trash. It was like one of my early jokes. It wasn't that funny.
Yeah,
but I got a big laugh there because they think anything.
I mean, you mentioned them, and it's like fucking crazy. Yeah.
Someone told me that when I moved there, that if you just acknowledge to Australians that you know a little bit of their culture, they think you're amazing.
Oh yeah, because it is so far. They're like, He's travelled all this way, and he's on the bus, he's on the trains. You're like, this is sick.
But do you kill there when you go do all the festivals?
Oh yeah, I mean I've been gone for years now, so it's easy.
Yeah. Oh wait, how do you have a passport again?
Oh, so I've got an Australian one and a UK one.
Yeah, but how'd you get the Australian one?
Because my mum married an Australian like 10 years ago, so I got it like 2 years ago. Yeah.
What he like adopted you or something?
No, I just applied like through my mum.
My stepfather, as an adult, is Australian.
Yeah.
So I get to be. That's how you got it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how I would have met you because you would have. That was right after.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, I only got the passport like 2 years ago. Like I hadn't applied for it for ages. My mum was like, "You might as well do this just in case." I was like, "Oh, whatever."
Right.
But yeah, get famous as fuck and meet LeBron. That's a great. I mean, that's all what I'm already doing anyway. Yeah, but I'm good to get it validated. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. And what's the second? What's the other best response you've gotten from that question before that?
Oh, so many.
Best though, good one.
There's been a few. Like it was like become a janitor in his kid's school and meet him that way.
Yeah, it's so creepy.
Do a face off with his son, like change our faces. Rock up outside his house and just with a taco truck and blast Mexican music every Tuesday because he loves Taco Tuesday.
Oh god!
I've rocked up his house before. I've made rap songs before for him.
This is all creepy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've done so much stuff. Yeah.
It's better to meet someone.
I've been to G League games. I've had like signs at games. I've bought him Liverpool tops to give him and stuff.
He must know who you are.
I've got so many videos on my phone of him just running past my hand.
Really?
Like that last video is like, come on, lad! I come every game, like you know what I mean.
He must. I bet you someone showed him your Instagram.
Well, my friend paid for a cameo from Danny Green years ago, who was his teammate, and he was like, oh, I heard you got a podcast and all that sort of stuff, and they were on the same team, so maybe he told them then. Yeah, maybe. You know what I mean? Yeah. So.
By the way, this is very random.
And I gave one of my stickers to LeBron's money manager once, so maybe he transferred that to him. I don't know.
This is totally random, but also this kind of makes up for me giving you a compliment before. Yeah. You have really small hands.
Really?
Yeah, you have.
No, I have soft hands. Feel like that's so much cocoa butter.
Our hands are the same size. No, don't even look at you. There. Yeah, right there. We have the same size hands.
So maybe it isn't a big dick. Maybe it's just in my little happy ending Asian hands. But I can still power basketball.
Yeah, but that's just because you have experience. Okay. See this one. And that was when we realized we were in love. Okay.
Hopefully that's the photo. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think that dispels means like negates all of nothing. You know what that means either. Yeah. But
negates is that Bill Gates' brother? Nick Gates.
He's so dumb. But negates the big hands, big dick myth.
Okay.
Because I mean I've never seen your dick, but I've heard. Yeah. I've heard.
Well, thank you for doing it.
Thanks for having me.
Instead of that, let's put our hands together.
Okay.